Welcome to the first official episode. We already done one episode, but that was like episode 0 because we were streaming it, and now we're recording because now we can say doo doo pee pee poo poo, and we can edit and censor, and every time I stutter, I can now get rid of it, so I sound normal.
But I ain't doing all that. You're getting the uncut version from me.
Lazy.
What? I don't have time for all of that on top of my commissions. Talking about commissions, we're gonna talk about VTubers today.
Smooth.
Which is a very interesting topic for both of us, because, well, we kind of are VTubers.
You may have noticed by my silly demeanor that I am not actually a very small dragon boy wearing an otter costume. And Eris isn't a milfed up cocktail dress wearer. Why did I say
I'm not.
up?
I hate cocktail dresses IRL.
I like that dress a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like it too. She's gonna add more stuff to this customizable VTuber, and since we're already on the topic of VTube models, we kind of want to talk about like everything involving the industry and stuff, because there is a lot of talking that has to be done when it comes to VTubing. Like, why would if I look at a perspective from, like, for example, when the Peanut won, like how a lot of people were like, I don't even understand why you would watch VTubers or why you would want to become a VTuber. Or even one of my friends always asked me, hey Eris, why not just stream a face cam? So there's a lot of things that go into VTubing, and we kind of want to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about why we VTube and what goes into it, the pros and cons, how we gather designs and models, and what to look forward to if you want to become a VTuber, or if you're just curious about what people do and why. So Eris,
yeah.
Why did you want to be a VTuber?
Well, I started looking at VRoid Studio back in 2019, 2020 during it was more 2020, 2021. Now I'm thinking about it. It was during the pandemic because I was homeschooling, and I wanted a silly little avatar for when I'm in Discord with my friends, because we all thought it was pretty fucking funny. And I found a tutorial of the German VTuber Jinja, who, like, back in the day, she used a VRoid model that she made herself, and she made like little tutorials for it, and I just recreated that and made like a very nowadays horrendous looking VTuber. But back in the day, I think it was alpha or beta version of VRoid Studio, so it didn't have as many features or as many like shaders back then. So I kind of got into the thing because of Jinja and VRoid Studio. And then a few years later, I wanted to start streaming, and I thought, like, I hate watching streams without like a webcam or something moving, because I don't know, I feel like I can't read a person's emotion much if I don't see like something moving, or like on VTube models, like expressions are usually very, very obvious, and like you kind of see what a person is trying to say when they say certain things. So yeah, I went into VTubing with that and researched like model making, and started to go back to VRoid Studio like 2 years later and watched a bunch of tutorials on how to make it look a little bit better. It was still terrifying at first, but I kind of got the hang of it.
Oh, so you had like a little bit of experience like prior to actually starting it.
Yeah, like 2 years before that.
Yeah, I assumed you were like me, and you came in and you had to do all the research to then start VTubing. I didn't know anything.
I kind of did it along the way.
Is that because of your artist background?
Hard to say. I don't know. To be fair, I just was watching a lot of like anime back then. I'm not watching as much anymore, mainly because I don't have a fucking Netflix subscription. But
the pain.
Yeah. It's so bad. I all my favorite animes were Netflix. Like what really got me into like anime was actually, I mean, yeah, I watched Sailor Moon as a child. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. Okay, is Yu-Gi-Oh a Western?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh is anime.
It's also Japanese, right?
Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely Japanese, yeah.
Okay, good. Was it which one was the English one? I know there was one English one. No.
What do you mean no?
It was also something in the direction of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I watched
Oh,
on
a card game?
Nickelodeon. I think it was a card game, yeah.
Oh, it's hard to say. There's like been quite a few like card game-esque
You probably know
shows.
which one I mean too.
If you
It was
showed me
pretty
a picture,
popular.
I'd probably know it. Like there's so
Yeah,
many that have come and gone.
yeah. I feel like sometimes it's hard to distinguish them because a lot of Western animes also try, or animation thingies also try to seem like they're Japanese ones, you know?
Yeah, they take a lot of inspiration from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, data life was actually the thing that got me into wanting to make a VTuber because I drew like a little sketch of my own of
Your
my
OC.
own little ghost. Yeah, I think her name was Naomi the Reaper, and she had like a Reaper cloak on, and her hair was yellow and brown because yellow is my favorite color. Needless to say, it didn't work good on a VTuber.
So you already
It
had a
was
split hair
horrendous.
design even before Eris.
Yeah, no, I had that IRL, so I put it on my VTuber. I have been rocking split hair for since I'd say 2015, 2016.
Wow, you're so edgy. So cool.
I think it started because of Melanie Martinez.
I
I
don't
was
think that's.
listening to her a lot back in the day.
Is she a singer?
You probably know some of her songs. I think It's My Party and I Cry if
Oh,
I
that one.
Want to.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard that.
from yeah. You probably heard her version. There's
Hmm.
an older one that's like from the 40s or something, but I think you heard the pop one.
Yeah. So you've been.
So what? Yeah.
I was gonna say. So you've been what since 2019? You've like. Wait, when did you start streaming? Because it wasn't 19, was it? It was like
No,
much
no, no.
sooner.
It was like it was I think my first stream was 2021, but that was when I was like streaming Phasmophobia and I didn't use a VTuber back then.
Okay.
I was like occasionally streaming Phasmophobia, Valorant. I think I streamed Cyberpunk once. It didn't go well. I had like 2 frames.
So it's been like what 5 years now?
I would say officially it's been 1 year.
Ah, like you've actually
Officially.
properly like took on the moniker and you like set up your brand.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching streaming consistently for a year at least.
Interesting.
Like every other day. I think back then I streamed like twice a week, and nowadays I'm trying to stream like 5 days a week. Though right now I'm on a hiatus, so I'm not streaming.
Trying to think about when I started. I'm looking at my YouTube right now. My first upload was June 2022. So I think that's around the time I made my Twitch and YouTube stuff.
Mm,
And I think you were gonna ask me why I started streaming,
yeah.
and the reason was simply because I was bored. Honestly, I've
Okay. Yeah, that's
honestly
valid.
I grew up watching like YouTube Let's Plays, like PewDiePie and all that jazz, like Machinima back in the day, and Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth,
Hmm.
and it looks so much fun and looks like wow, that's like so cool. And I just put it off and put it off because I always thought, I don't know how to use a capture card. I'm not gonna get one until I've got a PC. And then I got a job and I got a PC. I was like, you know what? I don't have a good enough PC. I just bought wherever was cheapest. I'll figure it out later. And I just kept putting it off until the equipment and the programs became more accessible. Eventually, I was actually sick from work because I hurt my
Hmm.
foot and I couldn't work. So I had this very long period where I was just stuck indoors. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I've been thinking about doing it so long. I'm gonna start actually streaming. I'm gonna like make videos and stuff, and that's what drove me to actually start VTubing. Because I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea of face camming purely because the internet is a very scary place where
Yeah.
a person who just happened to be like caught on camera while there was like a sporting event or someone's IRL streaming and something happens and the internet just goes like wild and they track them down, they talk to their boss, their family. Like,
Yeah.
a little bit of side tangent. You ever seen the clip of a guy playing on a keyboard and this woman comes up and slams her hand on the keyboard and it falls and then she steals his money?
No.
Well, it's basically the situation was he was playing in a public street, and this drunk woman thought it'd be funny to like interrupt him, and ended up like hitting the keyboard so hard it fell over, possibly damaging it, and then she basically ran off.
Oh.
And the internet was like, "Oh fuck this bitch," and then they tracked her down, and not only did they like contact her job and her boss, they like started messaging her family when she deactivated her socials. It's like that's really crazy that a bunch of strangers online can just track you down based on what you've done on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look at Reddit. I mean, if there's like someone doing shit on the internet, the first Reddit or like the first Reddit forum that like tries to identify the person is like successful after an hour, and then suddenly their college is being contacted and stuff like that, you know?
yeah, it's scary. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like my privacy, and also it's a good safety net. If I ever get bored or like I just don't want to do this anymore, I could just like sign out my accounts
Yeah.
and maybe like delete my channel, and I could just walk away and go about my life. 'Cause
Yeah,
unless
I
you're
don't
like,
have it as easy.
no,
Yeah, because like, the thing is, in Germany, we have rules that when you make money, you have to disclose your like real
mm,
name, your actual name, and an address where people can send you legal letters to.
mm-hmm.
So my actual name is out there.
That's scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as scary because if I Google search my name right now, no, nothing really shows up. At least not from this area, only from my old area where I used to live.
Mm.
So yeah, which isn't a secret because it's literally my brother's like Twitch name. Bro thought he was smooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a good valid reason to VTube. But yeah, I like
Yeah.
VTubing because like that I can't speak. You know what I'm trying to say? That ability just to be like a faceless voice on the internet is nice. It
Yeah.
lets you like be yourself more. 'Cause
Yeah.
I always think about what if my father or my like IRL friends saw my content? What would they think? And like it cringes me to think about it. So if I could just
Oh
pretend
my
like,
god.
oh, they'll never know it's me because I'm a silly little dragon.
Oh my god. Have I ever told you the story how I found my brother's Twitch channel?
Were you snooping?
He literally didn't tell me about it, right?
Right.
But I don't really know what urged me to it, but I searched up his name on Twitch. I don't remember why I did it. I think I read something about it on his Instagram or something.
Okay.
And I searched up his name on Twitch, and then his channel came up, and the first video I saw was him dancing because he was doing his like music stream, and I was laughing my ass off watching him just dance away. He was a cam streamer back then. It was
Mm,
before he became a VTuber. Yeah, but now he's uncomfortable showing himself on webcam. I
yeah.
don't I don't really know why. I think he just kind of developed it
Maybe it's a
because of his
subconscious thing.
depression. Yeah, no, he's very depressed sometimes, and I feel like that was mainly I think the like reason why. So now he's a VTuber as well. His
Yeah,
face isn't fully erased from existence though.
I think for all the benefits of VTubing, there's definitely are some like negatives compared to like IRL, or
Yeah.
even just like not having a cam, just having voice. And
Yeah,
like,
no.
I think for me, a big pro VTubing is like that, being able to just be a voice. But like, it's just not just that. It's also like you don't even need a voice. You literally just need a program and your computer and like an image to use, and you could basically become a VTuber with anything. Like the
Yeah,
bird
like look at
peanut.
Centrea.
Yes, and Trey is a good example. I follow a couple of VTubers, like Totless is a mute one who used to be mute and now uses a
Yeah.
synthetic voice. And then there's also I forgot how you say her name, but she's like the cat girl you see in Lollafon film in videos a lot. She also has a synthetic voice, and
Mhm.
it just goes to show that as long as you have like an interesting personality and like you have something that you can market yourself with, you don't need to be
Yeah.
this super
Yeah.
attractive person, or you don't need to be like it's very interesting visually. You don't need to be what's the word? You don't need to be a clown on a cam.
Entertaining.
Oh, you still need to be entertaining, but you don't need to rely so much on like one
Oh, you mean
aspect.
like, yeah, you don't need to like articulate yourself much. Like, you know what I really want to criticize about the community?
Oh, VTubing community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how everyone feels superior to their opinion sometimes. You know
Mm.
how, like, I think that's a big downside to VTubing. Everyone is trying to tell you how to do certain things the way they want you to do them
A lot of gatekeeping.
without really, yeah, without really like looking behind the curtains, you know? Like, for example, we have the stance on a lot of VTubers is you have to puppeteer your model. You have to like fucking throw your head around and try to be as expressive as possible while talking. But like I like yeah, okay, we're using like an avatar and stuff, but I don't think you need to do all that. I actually enjoy people like Mousy who don't puppeteer their model too much, or people like I don't know who else is there
Amelie?
who doesn't do it much. Amelie, yeah, Amelie's model is like very elegantly rigged, you know, where
Mm.
it's like not much movement is happening, but the movement that is happening looks really smooth and really good. Or even Hololivers, right? Like their models are more Easternish, so like Japan, Asian kind of VTube rigging is way different from the European ones. Um, they have stiff models, but I don't really care because like it makes me focus on the gameplay way more. And even during just chatting, right? You do like still see what they're trying to say. And like a face cam streamer is also not like throwing their head around the whole fucking cam the whole time. But like it's such a stance that oh you have to puppeteer your model or it looks horrendous, you know? I don't agree much with that. I think everything has a niche. I'm not saying that you shouldn't puppeteer your model. You still have to be a little bit more, you know, depending on the rig.
Yeah, you have to put some effort into it.
But yeah, but like you don't have to throw your fucking head around left, right. You don't need to do that now. It just looks a little silly if you do that.
Yeah, it comes down to like the trade-offs, right? Again, like
Yeah.
compared to like IRL cams and VRoid, VTubing, the differences are usually like there's a lot of trade-offs for each. Like IRL like cam streamers probably have to they don't need to like do anything apart from set a camera up, and then they have like but they also like they need to have like a physical environment, and they have to be conscious about what they're wearing, what they're like, how they look.
What they're showing in the background even like imagine you like a
Person
lot
walks
of
in.
big streamers, no, but a lot of big streamers have, when they have big windows, they have to shut the curtains because you can literally see where they live
Oh yeah,
if they
definitely.
don't.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have, there's so many, like, so many people think, oh, why don't you just webcam stream? It's so much easier. It's not easy. First off, you need to clean like your desk or whatever's visible in the vicinity of the cam, like always, every stream. Then second off, if you're a woman, it's generally not, or like if you look at the more popular streamer girls, they always wear like the best makeup, the best hair,
Got their
you
tits
know.
out.
Anyways, you have to like and like look, as a VTuber I could sit here naked. I'm not going to because I'm still like scared like some webcam will turn on and expose me. But I'm just saying, in theory you could sit here naked and like you just sit down, press a button and start VTubing, you
Yeah,
know?
that's where the trade-off
You
comes
don't
in.
need to, yeah, you don't need to like, I don't know, extravagantly look like you're just stepped out of a fucking Barbie movie.
You ever seen what's her name? She was Shoujo, the Japanese one. She usually
Kason?
Kason, yeah. You ever seen that stream where she was like, I can't be bothered to put makeup on, so I'll just put my head over my body. You just see her VTuber head on top of her IRL body.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw it. Or did you ever see Gary's streams, her cooking streams, where she's just using her hands and then everything else is like green screened off? And
Oh,
then
yeah,
her
that's really
VTube
cool.
model is standing there and then you only see her hands while she's like cooking something?
Yeah, the technology is like really improved the VTubing game.
Yeah,
It's no
yeah.
longer just like stiff 2D model against a background and then like insert video source here. Now you have like, you ever seen I forget her name, but she's like a streamer that uses a 3D model that's like mocapped, and she has a mocap suite, and like her room is like got sensors, and she has like the little balls on her suit. And
Do you mean the one that always does like the most like extravagant 3D things? Like her hair have physics, or
she
if
has
she
like a super
interacts with an
realistic model.
object. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know
her,
which
yeah.
one you mean. I think pink-haired, I think, right?
I think so,
The
yeah.
model?
She
Yeah.
I saw a video of her showing off how she got her chair incorporated into the mocap.
Yeah.
She like made she was not only was she able to make a 3D render of her chair with a camera, but then she strapped balls to it, and now it matches perfectly to what she's doing IRL. So she can literally sit in her chair and spin it and stuff. It's so cool.
It is. Did you see that one video of the VTuber who did mocap and thought the suit would disconnect and while she went peeing? So you see her like go pee.
That's a fucking Simpsons joke.
Honestly though, it was the best advertisement for the company because like an hour later their stuff was sold out because everyone wanted that mocap suit because it was so good.
Oh my god. That's literally
They had to restock like a day or
That's
two
crazy.
later, and then it was like sold out again. Well, it was so good. Like you could see everything she does, you know?
Damn.
Like her wiping.
Oh my god.
You could see that she didn't wash her hands.
I'd probably just end stream, honestly. I'll be like, you know what? We're not gonna talk about it.
I mean, she took it with humor, right?
It
She
could have been
posted it
much
on
worse. She could have
things.
been like bent over and like just seeing her getting rammed or some shit like that.
I mean, to be fair, she would have taken at least a mocap suit off for that one.
You never
But
know.
I think it's I think that's pretty cool for especially for like these fancy streamers.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Because like they could actually like have sex with that suit.
That could be a whole entire podcast itself, just like the innovations of VTubing and not safe work stuff. But no,
Yeah, honestly,
to get back to the original point, like the big caveats with VTubing is like not only is it there is like a bit of a sunk cost mentality where you have to put a certain amount of money in compared to just using a webcam. Like you have to get the model, you have to get it rigged, possibly. Depending on what you
we have
use.
to get an iPhone if you want the best tracking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like even though there is like good stuff, like I seen people said that a normal webcam in vBridger also works way better than NVIDIA tracking, for example. But like the iPhone still has the best tracking. So if you want to get the most out of your model, you have to get an iPhone. And even the refurbished and or used iPhones are like about $300. So you have to get that. Let's say you're starting out VTubing, right? Let's go over the costs real quick. Let's say you start out and you just wanna like do something like little at first. You could get a customizable model, which our price point is around $50 to $130. So it's a pretty good starting point. I mean, mine was 50, and I think it's a really good model to start out with. I know there's a male or like no, an androgynous one, so no gender one. You can do both male, female, or as gender neutral as possible. That one is also $50. Then there's a lot of chibi VTubers that are only like 10 to 30. So you can definitely start at a low pricing point, or you can just get a pre-made model, which is like you will have the design that maybe 20 other people's have, but at least you have like a model at first, you know? You could establish yourself, your personality before you get an actual design, which we go over the costs when we talk about VTuber designs later. So you pay around, let's say, let's take the middle. You pay around $80 for a VTube model. And then you need an iPhone if you want the best tracking, that is. If you have a webcam and you just want to use vBridger alongside it, that's $10. If you want an iPhone, you're at $300. Like, and that's like the cheapest fucking phone, you know, like used, refurbished, whatever. iPhone 12 is like around 250, 300, depending on when you buy it. So you're already at like, let's say $300.
Lost track of math, didn't you? I saw you
No,
doing the
you're
calculations.
No, you at $300, around about $300 to $400. If you go for the best options, that is. If you just go for a pre-made model and VBridger and a webcam, you're at, let's say, 80, 100, which is way more than if you just set up a $10 webcam and start streaming like that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
even the cheapest options.
Like
I mean, you could use your phone instead of a webcam.
It also depends entirely on what you want. Like, your estimation there was based on live 2D models with
I would say the
face
average,
tracking, with like an iPhone tracking, for instance, and using live 2D, which you need to buy as well if you didn't know. But
well, you can use the free version. It's just you have a watermark in there, and it's actually prohibited to stream until you have like the full version.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they made that clear on Twitter that cutting off, like, if you want to stream with it, you have to show the watermark.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, people can't just bootleg it.
Yeah.
But like, when it comes to if you want to VTube, you need to do the research of what you want first. Because it's not just 2D. You can also do 3D, or you could just do even unanimated.
PNG.
Yeah, you do PNG. I was a PNG tuber for the longest time before I got my Vroid, which I used before this Live 2D one, which you made for me. And
I made it.
Yes, you did. And you can tell, if you look at the video, you can tell a difference in tracking because I'm using a webcam, which I bought for like, I think it was like £30-40 on Amazon. I got like...
Oh, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
Like...
But I didn't realize when I was looking into it that you need to specifically get a webcam that captures at least 30 frames per second, because most webcams don't. They capture at something like...
I mean, you can also use your
15.
phone as a webcam.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have like a phone that has face tracking capabilities, because a lot of older generations, without the ability to...
No, I mean as a
place...
webcam.
Yeah, true. But then you also need to get... you need to look into getting the programs and like cables and stands and stuff. So there is like still stuff you need to get infrastructure for the setup.
I think the thing is, I used phone when I started off, right? When I used my Vroid model, I used my phone as a webcam. And the only thing I really needed was a stand, because the app I used was DroidCam. So for anyone who sees this, wants to start out and just use their phone to try it out, DroidCam is a free-to-use app. You only have 15 FPS. It's fine for the beginning. Guys, you don't need to like immediately pay all in. It might not be the hobby for you, okay? Start small. Use Vroid Studio to make the VTube avatar, so you can just try out whether you like moving your face a lot, whether you like being very expressive with a camera and stuff. And then you can decide whether or not you want to do VTubing or not.
I would say even just getting a PNG, like do a doodle, or look into like those you know the burnt peanut, how he has that 3D model with his eyes and
filter.
Yeah, the Snapchat filters. Like, there are programs where you could just track your eyes and mouth and put them onto like an avatar. And you can do that. I've seen someone do it with a potato. Just a potato.
Yeah, there was Farting Glitters that I used to watch. She used to make Valorant content. I don't know if she still does it. Yeah, that was her name. She was so funny. She's so funny. I liked her. And she started using a potato filter on her stream when like the Snapchat filter on PC thing like first came out.
Nice.
Yeah.
It always goes back to what you want, like going into it. So you have to have an idea in your mind of what you want when it comes to your design and how it's going to be implemented and what you want to sink money into, as well as what you're able to, because not only do you need like the cameras and the model, you need like a PC that could run it. And...
yeah, my I just meant like if you want to start like actual VTubing, like with the whole model and stuff, before you start doing that, right? Let's say you transition from a PNG. A PNG doesn't track your face. It just tracks your voice and reacts according to that. And then maybe it's a little bit animated. But if you want to like look into VTubing as like get a model and stuff, that's when you try out Vroid Studio and maybe a cheap webcam to see if you even have the ability to move your face the way you want it. Because it's not like you can't just sit there and talk like this the whole time, because then it kind of looks weird, you know, your VTuber is just staring in the camera. No, you need to be a little bit more expressive with your like head and face, and that's what I meant with you need to puppet a little bit. You don't need to throw your head around like so many people say, but you need to do a little bit more of a head movement.
Yeah, it's like personal preference. It's not about there is no best way to express yourself. It's what you're
No.
most comfortable and how it best suits you. Because when you look at every VTuber, especially like the bigger ones that have an audience, like massive audience, and
Yeah.
are like recognized highly, they all like vary similarly to how they express themselves and how they approach things. There is definitely like industry norms because like the most popular thing usually gets copied and then it trickles down to the smaller content creators. But
Yeah.
I think if you just spend like an hour or two doing research into how you can track a model and what models are like, and like looking at commissioning an artist requires a long time of like prep and research.
Oh, please, guys, research your model artists and
Mm-hmm.
don't go on Fiverr or Etsy for that. There's so many scammers there.
AI
It's just
slop.
real. Yeah, it's not just the AI slop. It's also like, especially on Fiverr, I've seen there is people who have a Fiverr model that is working out, right? But generally speaking, most of my friends who have been getting models on Fiverr have been scammed. Or their artist just one
Mm-hmm.
day decided to like bye bye without saying anything, and then their model files are lost basically.
Yep.
Right. So please research how long your model artist has been in the industry, and please look at their work before you get a model. Because like you can already tell by based off of old work like how their tracking is like, and if they don't have a showcase of that, don't go with them, don't go with that person. Look for showcases that they have uploaded where they show the rigging and then decide whether you like the type of rigging or not. Because the amount of people I've had on my DMs being like, Eris, what's the tip you can give me? Because I've been scammed. I was like,
Just
look at
research.
past works. Look at past works. Don't just buy because it's cheap. There's really
Consistency.
good model artists who do it for like 200 to 300. It's of course it won't be the best rigging. You can't expect like fucking Iron Mouse type rigging just because it's like when it's like $250, like you can't expect that. You have to be sure you want like a custom made VTube model and you have to save up for that. You have to.
I saw on VGen, someone had like a very silly like Stoodle design model that was like
Mhm.
rigged and stuff. And I was like, oh, it's a really cool, like quirky little concept. I wonder how much. It's like it was like £200 with this shitty little fucking sketch, like you know the sketch version of SpongeBob where he has a pencil.
Yeah, Doodle
Imagine
Bob.
that as a VTuber. That was a level of like
Well, it depends on the rigging, because like, look, even when I made Midori's model, right? Like Midori's model isn't the most complicated because first off, he doesn't really have a body. His body is literally just 2
what do you
feet,
mean?
2
This is
arms,
peak
and a
male
torso.
efficiency.
Yeah, you
Oh,
definitely, yeah. The only thing I really rigged was his head, and it still took me like 3 days to rig. And like, of course, the artist still wants money. I mean, yeah, I guess it's off-putting if you see a model like that, but there's so much that goes into those most of the time. Like rigging wise, like whenever I see a doodle model and they're always very expressive, very bouncy, very springy,
mm-hmm.
and like adjusting all the physics, it takes ages, right? Like physics isn't something that you oh just slap a preset on and it's done, you know? It's not just that. It's like usually you do it individually. Usually, I say usually because there's certain riggers who just use a template, and when a template doesn't fit, they're just like, well, too bad.
Yeah. Finding a good artist slash rigger slash uh, finding like reliable sources for commissions is hard, but there are like good ones to track down. You just have to like weed through all the like slop and bots and like potential scammers or low effort con
Yeah.
artists. The amount of bots I got in my DMs when I posted on Twitter once, like, I'm looking for a good artist for design, and then like literally 15 people immediately in the first hour were telling
Yeah,
me,
please, guys, don't post the whole. I'm looking for an artist on Twitter because like the bots are just swarming your comments. You can use it to block people, relatively cool because like You just say, "Oh, I'm looking for a banner for XYZ," and then they're just like, "Hello, I am a girl from Germany. I have model commission open. Please buy."
It's the most German
And
you've
you're
ever
just
sounded.
like,
Oh yeah, I
and,
am a VTuber artist looking
yeah,
to commission. I have very good resources.
and like it's just don't announce it on Twitter, please, please, guys.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
Oh, and like
VGen's really good.
with the most recent scam going around, I don't know if you heard about it, right? There is these Indonesian black market VGen artists
What the
now.
fuck?
So what they do is they hire cheap Indonesian artists and sell their commission for Western prices.
Whoa.
So generally they pay like $3 and sell it for like $80. And it's usually those, I don't know if you've seen those like mouth and eye banners that always look the same. Like they always have the same style.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
usually
so.
those.
Damn.
And like, oh my God, can I just rant real quick? I was looking for like banners on VGen one day, right? I wanted like some inspiration for what I could do as a banner because I still have my Christmas like layout on Twitter. And the amount of eye and mouth banners, like it was just eye and mouth banners. And I was just like, damn, where are the normal banners? You know, like there was just nothing. There was nothing anymore.
Damn.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
They flooded the market.
Yeah, they did.
Cheap, easy to mass produce
There's like
art.
there's like a list of like artists that have been flagged where the artists that draw the pieces have been coming forward. So I think if you search up Black Company VGen on Twitter, the list should show up. But I don't know. It's either Black Company or Black or like VGen scam. If you look up VGen scam, it's like a huge thing right now.
Yeah, especially with like the age of AI, it's so easy
Yeah.
for some fucking idiot like scam artist to just generate a bunch of images and then like
Yeah.
try and pass it off as their own art,
Yeah.
or they trace over them and try to pass it off as their own art, and then they're just making quick money for a very little effort. And usually the customers aren't none the wiser because they're not looking out for it, because why would they?
Yeah, why would they? Especially on I mean VGen does take good care of those kind of artists, right? The problem is some of them are tracing over AI, and that is less easy to spot because there's only like minor mistakes. Like for example, a hair strand is connecting to another one. That could be like a beginner's like mistake, or like they usually fix the stuff like accessories melting into the clothing, or fix stuff like, I don't know, it's usually you catch it if you see the lightning, like how the light is like shaded, for example. Like even a beginner, right? Even if you take a beginner, they have some understanding of lightning, right? Like they either do it just from one direction, or they just give you the good old pillow shading, you know, the where you just put a shadow all around an object so it looks like a pillow. But you generally can tell that they have like some minor understanding about lighting. But when an AI does it, it's hard to catch for a regular person, obviously, but you have to like look where the shadows are on the face and then draw little like arrows where you think the light and shadow would come from, and then check all the body parts on there, because then you will realize, okay, the shadow on the head, for example, comes from the right side, but on the arms it's suddenly from the left side. So that is like a good indicator that it's AI, because even an art beginner would be like, oh, I just put all my shadows on the right side, you know?
Also, AI is just getting better and better. Like,
yeah,
the longer time goes on, they will just become like very hard to detect. So just as a good point of reference, I would look for artists that were established before like 2020, probably.
Yeah.
Just so you can like weed out a
or
lot
look
of the
if they
newer
have
ones.
speed paints. Speed paints are also a good indicator.
I mean, I've seen videos of artists like calling out speed painters who are like
Oh, you can
cheating.
tell though. because they're like not structuring it like a normal person would. They would, for example, structure the head, but then jump right into the body with no like guidelines, for example. Or when they do the line art, they will trace and like leave out an object that isn't even sketched in there yet, you know? You have to look at those minor little flaws. Again, very hard to catch for a beginner. That's something only an artist really knows. I think what I always look for is if they have a Twitch and if they draw on stream. Because
Yeah,
on stream, you can't really fake it, you know?
but it's a lot
Unless you
harder
do like
to.
a green sketch and like color key it out. That is a thing. That is a
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
You can fake fucking camera shots of your, like, some people record their tablet while they're drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because that's better proof, right? But if you use a green, put it on like 2%, and then use a little color key to like erase it out. You can literally not see the sketch underneath. But you can catch it if you look at the color wheel and suddenly the green is like gray. Then it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I've seen
Wait
like
a minute.
I've seen that kind of things in the expose videos. It's crazy to think that these people put so much effort into faking making art when they could
Yep.
just be like using that effort to be good at art, because they spend so much time, quote unquote, falsifying art. They could just be making the art, even if it's shitty art. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I appreciate good artists because after all, without artists, I wouldn't be around, and because
Yeah.
of Eris here, who is an artist, I have this little model that I like very much. Which kind of draws us to our like next talking point. We were going to talk about like our designs, because like
Yeah,
like
designs in general too.
like I kept talking about before when it came to like what the pros and cons of VTubing. It always starts with your design. You have to build everything around your design. And
I have so much to say.
oh, you do?
I
You
do.
do miss venting about fucking VTubers and artists. VTuber artists here.
To be fair, I asked Midori earlier if we can talk about this topic because I was on the toilet and I was reading something on
you do.
Twitter about there's this tweet that like was posted like a few days ago, and the person was like, please get a proper character designer when you make your VTuber. Some of y'all have shitty looking VTubers. I was like, okay, good girl,
Who-
you're so mean.
Who
You're so
commissions
mean.
someone to make the design? Like, I feel like your
Oh,
design,
a lot of people.
your design has to be like your own rep, like what you like. Otherwise,
That's easy.
you're just filling in someone else's
No,
fucking puppet.
listen. So how character design works, right? If you get a VTuber design, you usually send them like a Pinterest board or a mood board or like a sketch that you already made, and they
Mhm.
just refine it. So it's still yours, but they just refine it. Like a person that can properly sketch, for example,
Oh
they
no.
would send like a Pinterest board, a color palette, what they want, and then the designer will, based on the Pinterest board, will make like 10 designs, right? 10 just quick sketch designs, which like just silhouette, which include like hairstyle, like the simple dress without any accessories. And then the person picks like 3 of them and says what they want changed. And then usually they try different color combination, different accessory combinations, just the stuff until the client is like, okay, that's exactly what I was envisioning, you know?
That's crazy to me, because when I created Midori Dharma, I had like a general idea of how I wanted it to look, and I already like made a list of things I liked. And when I was speaking to my original artist, it was more so just putting all those things together.
Yeah.
It seems like
Well, it's the same thing a Pinterest board would do, right? You give them clothing inspiration, you give them hair inspiration, and they just put it together.
yeah, but I'm more so thinking about when I was talking about being surprised that people pay people to design. When you say that, do you mean they are creating the character for them, like they're deciding on the
Yeah.
aspects? Because I was always under the impression that VTubers had their like, well, how do you say it? They had their points of reference for what makes them, like their attributes already pre-selected, and they were just finalizing how it looked on paper. That makes sense.
Oh.
For instance,
No,
like
no, no. It's like it's similar to what you did. You just gave them like what you wanted, and they put it together.
yeah.
Like you give the artist either you get like a surprise design where you just give them a Pinterest board and they just design one thing, and if you're unhappy, well, bet on you, you paid less.
Mm,
But like you usually it's like they take like whatever you have. If you have like a full, they even take your lore sometimes and like match it up to that. Like for example, if you have a Dungeons and Dragons character, they will make them look more medieval, for
mm,
example. You know? So they just take the inspiration you give them and they just make a model out of that, or like a design out of that. So they're simply putting your ideas together, and it's really good for people who maybe struggle with designing, which I can full-heartedly understand. It took me so long to come up with my design. And
oh really?
yeah, basically, yeah, no, my new one.
Ah,
Yeah.
because your old models, like I could see a lot of the same aspects in a lot of your models. Because you obviously have the split hair and the color palette, but there was also like you're like a moth druid. Like I always saw like the inspiration for you being a moth.
Yeah, but Druid never came across much. And it probably won't in the future. I'm just a Druid for the sake of like
Yeah, yeah.
being able to switch race like
Hmm.
very easily, or like animal race, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about when it comes to designs. Like, say like you wouldn't just I can't imagine a person would just go to an artist and go, I really like the color blue and I like scorpions. Can you make me a blue scorpion character? Because I feel like
Well,
they would just like they would have designs already. Like obviously it'd be female. I want this bust size, and I was thinking like this style for clothing, and I would like them to have like more arachnids like exoskeleton aspects on this body. Like
well, the designer doesn't come up much with the body type. It's usually just how the outfit looks like, you know, and the
yeah, yeah.
hair and stuff. The body types usually you pick a rigger that does a certain body type very
Hmm.
well, and then they are the ones you go with, and then even then you can still adjust. Like, I want my breasts to be very tiny. I don't want the
I
breasts
want
at
to be
all. I want
huge.
big bahungas,
I want doinkies, huge pommers.
doinkies,
I would like to be a female model.
bazookas.
I would like huge doinkies on my model. I've said this to Eris
Well,
multiple
mine are
times.
going smaller and smaller.
No, go the other way.
No,
Choose the
gone
path of dark
fully.
side.
No, no, gone fully.
You're gonna be looking
Take
like
them
Tay
off
by the end
me.
of the year.
Tay's gonna have big bazonkas than I do.
He's gonna have massive gazonkas, and it's gonna be like, "Hey guys."
I should make him like an asset that he can like pin to his model. It's just two bazoinkies.
Do you remember that at the video I sent you on Twitter of Dookie Bird where her fans
Yeah.
commissioned the like exploding
Mm-hmm.
tits out of her shirt thing? I was like, God damn, they look so good. I want those. It's like I can't stop thinking about them.
Well, that's the next thing. Like you deciding what you want in your VTube model, right? I think let's go like through the stages that I think would make sense. And I feel like the most important things you first have to think about when designing your model or getting a design of your model is what color palette and what like
Yeah, yeah.
gender or race or whatever you want to be, because that is like the most crucial part. The thing I said to Midori, I when I designed Midori's like newer design,
Hmm.
the first thing I told him was let's like polish up your color palette a little more. Because like for example, you had like I think you had both gold and silver in your design, which is something you usually don't do. You do either gold or silver.
Mm.
And I think now we took it more to a like brassy looking gold,
Yeah, yeah.
which I like way more with your green hair and yellow eyes and stuff. It just complements you way more. So please, to everyone who's watching this, please get a good color palette, okay? I've seen so many people that have like horrendous fucking color palettes that are all over the place. And it's like, yeah, you can use like a neon
Excuse me,
pink and
streamer.
an
I really like having orange and pink, and you can't tell me what to do because it's my model and my OC, and I really like to have bubblegum
look,
hair, and I want a
no,
black
no,
dress
listen.
with white
Look,
stripes, and I want to
that all
have red
works.
wings.
Listen, guys, you can pick your three favorite colors. Like for example, let's say you want, I don't know, pink, orange, and black. You can do that. The problem is if you do a bright fucking orange next to a bright fucking pink, okay? Like a neon orange to a neon pink, it will clash. Like it just doesn't look nice to the eyes. What you can do though is use a pastel orange and a pastel pink, and that will look a little bit more intentional, right? And like I've seen people who have been using like similar color palettes to like these big VTubers because they work pretty well. Like for example, I've seen so many designs with like Iron Mouse's color palette.
Yeah.
Because it's just a nice color palette, you know? You can still make it uniquely yours.
Yeah, people
But
don't own
please
colours.
guys like don't copy a palette and then make the VTuber look the exact same. Like I'm okay with like for example, Zeke has like a similar color palette to Zendrea, right? Just that it's instead of the red, it's more of the
More blue.
turquoise and pink. Yeah, turquoise blue, yeah, something
Yeah,
like that. I think both turquoise and blue on in her design. But like they took something from like a popular VTuber and made it theirs. So you can definitely do that. I think some of my favorite color palettes amongst our friends is like Dem and Tay. Cause Tay also has like purple and blue together, right? But the purple is like a little more desaturated, while the blue is like the saturated part, you know? And that looks really nice. Or Tiefling, for example, as well. I've been drawing Tiefling's emotes, and Tiefling has a good design when it comes to coloring.
Yeah.
Or like even I like my color palette a lot. Like I think I picked the right blue that goes along with the little palish yellow and like the bluish white. Like you just please guys just get a color palette that looks good. You can have pink and orange in your design or purple. I want to make a purple and yellow VTuber so bad because they're complementary colors and like they usually clash a lot with each other. But if you do it right, you can definitely do it. Like for example, this one Nichi Sanji guy, I think Sonny is his name. He has a like neon yellow and blue design, and it works very nicely, you know? I mean, obviously it's a corporate, they can afford designers and stuff. But yeah, please get a good color palette. That's like the number one thing I want to tell VTubers is get a good color palette. Just put colors next to each other and look what works. Try different hues, try different saturation, try different what is it called? Luminosity?
No idea. No idea what you're talking
Like
about.
the different brightnesses of the color. Pastel to dark, you know?
I'll be real dog. I just like the color green. That's what I was going with.
Yeah, Midori told me he wants green. So I gave him green.
And she was like,
Two
no, you're
different
gonna be
greens.
pink and you're gonna be a femboy.
What the fuck?
So we both agree that like when it comes to designing your VTuber or your OC, like color is definitely an important thing. I would
It
say
is
like
the most important to me.
a really important feature is just add stuff that you like. Like I think anyone who wants to be a VTuber, you just have to start writing things down of what you like and put like a list together and get references, like images. Make like a mood board.
Yeah.
Like if you need to
Yeah,
pick up
Pinterest board.
yeah, like Pinterest board, like a Pinterest board. You just need to get even if it's like other VTubers or like you could just it could be anything from as generic as the color of a VTuber and or their dress or like something like horns or a tail, and it could be something as minute as I really like this tiara or I like the way that these boots look
I
on
like
this model.
giraffes.
I'm a giraffe.
Have you listen, have you ever seen a giraffe VTuber?
When you say giraffe VTuber, I immediately think of that what was it? It was like a visual novel of a horse with a man face.
Okay.
And I'm just imagining that, like a giraffe neck with like an anime guy face on it.
I bet there's a giraffe VTuber out there. I've never seen one.
You don't know One Piece, do you?
No.
There's a character that ate a giraffe fruit, and their power is they can turn into a giraffe. And then there's a scene where they transform into half.
But are they
giraffe.
a straight up giraffe?
Yeah, they literally metamorphose into a giraffe, so they have like a long neck and they have a long limbs.
Okay, but I mean like a VTuber that has like similar to how cat VTubers are like the cat ears and the tail, right? Have you ever seen that with like the giraffe the little horn thingies they have and like
No,
their ears and tail? I I don't think I have either. I think
they would just look like a
I've yet to
gazelle.
find one.
They would just look like a gazelle. The thing with giraffes is you need a long ass neck. So unless they have a long ass neck.
But doesn't a gazelle have different horns? Because like, aren't like giraffe horns more like these alien antennas you see on
I
VTubers?
guess so, but if you put it on a human, it's gonna look like it's gonna be like, oh, that's not a giraffe because of the horns. It's gonna be.
Well, you
a
can
gazelle.
have the pattern, the giraffe pattern, the little splotches.
Oh, I would immediately think of leopard.
And don't. No, you don't because of the horns.
Yeah, but
The horns are so distinctly giraffe.
yeah, but when it comes to VTubers, all that goes out the window because they just mix and match stuff.
Okay,
Like,
but I said that
alien
on my
cat
stream, right?
slime.
I was crashing out over that on my stream as well, right? Because I was like, how do I really make myself look like a moth without people thinking I'm a bumblebee? Right? I mean, I have the antenna, right? But they're also not like if I look at Juniper, right?
I love Juniper's design.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fluffy
really.
like collars and the exoskeleton arms.
She's so smart because instead of wings, she made her hairs her wings, like kind of thing, right? And then like she has the other types of antenna that have like the single hairs, right? While I have like the more poofy type, right? And like I was like, I think Dem was in chat as well. I was like, how do I best come across as a certain species? Because, for example, if you just watch Dem stream normally when he games, would you really think succubus or just person with white hair and orange in their head?
Dem is just a rocker. He just looks punk. He looks like
yeah, he looks punk. Yeah, with like the stud and the nose as well.
Yeah,
and like you don't see the tail, so like you wouldn't think like on first glance. Oh, what?
Succubus.
We have to beep this. We have to beep this. But you don't immediately go, oh yeah, that's a succubus, you know? At least I wouldn't. Like, when I was watching Dem for the first time, I didn't even realize he had a tail because it was never visible.
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw the reference sheet and I was like, oh, it's a demon kind of thing, right? But nothing about it, like, gave succubus much, but not that it's bad, right? I like Dem's design a lot. I love Dem's design. I think Dem has like one of the most coherent designs amongst our friends.
Sometimes
even better than Tay.
Sometimes just being simple and being straightforward is the best.
Yeah.
Like people, I always remember Dem's design because it's so simple. Like,
yeah.
Going back to Juniper, the thing I love most about her design is like the fluffy stuff as well and the antennas, but she has like mandibles on her face. When she talks, they like close and open when she talks, like a mouth. And when you were talking about how do you show yourself as an insect, like a moth, you have to go non-human characteristics. You have to have the exoskeletons and the extra limbs.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, how much do you want to like commit to the bit, right? Because like, for example, a cat VTuber also doesn't have like a cat snout and stuff. They usually also don't have the tails and the ears, you know. But they're still a cat VTuber, you know, or Shiley. What about it really gives cat orca? I mean, orca I see, but the ears are more cowish than like cat. Yeah, she's a cat orca.
I never see
you
her
know,
as a cat.
You know, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like the apparently the necklace and the ears should give it away, but the ears are more cow ears in my opinion, and I know why she did it. So when she first made her model, right, she made it in Blender. She made her very first model herself in Blender, and she couldn't figure out how to do the upturn ear, so she made the downturn ear instead because they were easier to do, and she just went with it, right? But nothing about her gives cat, you know. But she's a cat orca, so
yeah, but she's
like that's what I mean with how
design.
much. Yeah, that's what I mean with how much do you really want to commit to the bit? Because like for example, I could also like make a full-on moth design where I've like the eyes are like black with like dots in the middle. I have wings. I have multiple limbs or like hands that look like insect-ish, or like you said, Matarakan's what was she? Cockroach?
Matarakan's
cock. She was cockroach, right?
Yeah, she's a cockroach. And she has the like extra limbs as well as the like behind her she has those limbs, like the mandibles.
And then like on her regular model, right, which she uses most of the time, I think the only thing really left of that is her hands are usually the insect hands,
feet,
right?
Yeah, she's got like giant claws.
Yeah. And like other than that, I don't think she has anything else. Or does she have like special ears?
She has like antennas.
Or antennas? Yeah, she has antennas, right? Like in the front. But like that's like kind of the only thing you see on her normal model. And like if I look at it, I wouldn't immediately think, oh, cockroach. I would maybe think an insect, but not immediately think cockroach, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think when it boils down to is, um, you don't have to be like, oh, I know that as a like that's an axolotl. Like you can definitely like you can definitely go that route and make it super obvious, but I think if you just go for stuff you like, Jesus Christ, I'm looking at Blue Sky, I just found something. Anyway,
Can you stop scrolling while we do our podcast?
I'm trying to find
You
the
brain rot.
no, what's so you were talking about examples, right? I was literally
Yeah.
watching a Moth VTuber yesterday who reminded me so much about you because here we go. Because they're a moth and also like they like broccoli on pizza and
Broccoli on pizza is just the
they were
best.
just they're being a gremlin. And this is them. Hopeless.
I know, hopeless.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also follow them.
Yeah, I was thinking about their design. They've got like these. You can see the wings on the back, and they've got like the fluffy
Yeah.
antennas. But apart from that, and like maybe the scarf, they've got like a fluffy scarf. But apart from that, like they just look like an anime girl. And I think that's okay just to be like an anime girl with like animalistic additions.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little hopeless. I know that one.
What's your favorite
Isn't
VTuber designs,
wait,
Eris?
isn't hopeless like Carol's friend as
Yeah,
well?
yeah,
I think yeah, that's the one, right?
yeah, yeah.
My favorite design. Mm, I really like Camilla's and Iron Mouse's design. I think
Mm,
well, for Camilla, for example, like right, she wanted Imp and Clown is like very close together, right? Because
mm-hmm.
imps are like these little tricksters
Gremlins.
from hell, you know? And I think portraying that as a like as a clown is a very good idea. You
The
know, it's like
jester.
if you hear imp, it makes sense. It wouldn't be your first intention to be like, oh, she's an imp, you know? But when you see like her design and hear, oh, she's an imp, it makes sense, you know? And for Iron Mouse, for example, I think the fact that she has so many models, yet they're always so consistently her, that is that is for me proof that it is a really good design.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also like whenever I see like a VTuber with pink hair and like purple hair strands, you know, I'm like, oh, is that another Iron Mouse model that's gonna soon drop? Until I learn, oh no, it's a different kind of VTuber. It's
Yeah.
like kind of hard to like. It's mainly because she has so many models, right? And then another one I really like is Michi because of the color palette. I really love the purple hair with the white strands.
Mm.
I think that's so I don't know, is it unique? I think it's unique, right?
I
And
think
like the pearls in there and stuff.
I think when it comes to unique designs, you have to move away from things like hair and outfits because they can always be changed. Like
True.
you have to go with like aesthetically pleasing stuff like additional appendages or like things about them that
Or like
are very uniquely like obvious. Like a slime
yeah.
girl is very obviously a slime girl because of their skin.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you've got like different types of dragons with different horns and reptiles with like reptilian skin. Like Croc.
Yeah.
Croc that debuted recently is a good example because she has like the sharp dagger teeth and she has reptilian skin with the patterns and she has like the reptilian eyes and the claws and you like it when it comes to designing you're gonna like remember that you will never be original. You just will be good
Yeah,
at
please.
portraying a particular thing well, if that makes sense.
If I see one more call out post of someone being like, oh, she copied my design, and then it's just like it is a red and black VTuber with like horns and wings that are like broken. That's like the most stereotypical demon design. There no one is copying you, girl. You just have a like design that is like
A
but that
pink-haired
like
cat
is
girl in a
appealing a
school
lot of
uniform.
people. Yeah. Like it's
Newsflash,
just
people. White hair is not unique.
yeah, no, it's not. It's
You
not.
do not own a color. Just fucking get something that's unique. Like, it could be something stupid like a sword in your head, or you have a giant scar on your face, or
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
3 nipples. I'm not gonna lie, a 3-titted VTuber would go hard. And I'm surprised one hasn't been made yet.
There was one.
Was there?
Fuck, Yeah, that was one
Oh,
recently.
I know what I'm gonna Google after this.
Bro, someone just followed me and the overlay was still on. The chat overlay.
I turn that shit off. Amateur.
Uh, oopsie.
Whoopsie.
Or like another thing is like male. Can we talk about male VTuber designs for a second? Because when I Google male VTuber, they all have the same style. They all have the same aesthetic. They're all like kind
Can
of
I
this
rant?
mafia boss kind of thing.
Can I rant about male
Yeah.
VTubers as a male VTuber? Fucking
Yeah,
beards.
please do.
Artists. Fucking draw beards. I will give you so much money if you just draw beards, please. And I don't mean the fucking mustaches or the goatees. Fuck that shit. I want an actual full hair, groomed beard that isn't fucking like Master Hoshi from fucking Dragon Ball or the fucking hermit or some like homeless guy. Just draw a fucking beard, please. I'm dying. This bitch had
Okay,
trouble drawing
listen.
my beard.
Midori, listen, the thing is, okay, if you want like a beard on a VTuber, the face has to be adjusted. Because there's so many, I've seen some VTubers that have like a full beard, but then have like the stereotypical young boy kind of face, like young boy, anime boy face. And it just looks goofy. It looks like a fucking 12-year-old with a beard, you know? And a lot of artists, they draw using the same template for everyone. They change like certain aspects, like make the eyes a little bit bigger, a little bit more narrow, make them look a little more, I don't know, Asian, make them look a little more European, like just generally they just adjust their template, right?
Right.
And there's this one customizable male model. I really like it, but the beard on the like slim anime boy face, it just looks goofy, you know? It just looks silly. And like I don't even mean this in a mean way, but artists, if you draw beards, please make the face like a little bit wider because it just looks so goofy to have like a slim face and then a big full-on beard on it. I really like, for example, Hex's model. I think they did really well on like making the face match up with the beard. It doesn't look like a 12-year-old wearing Santa Claus's beard.
Yeah, but he's got like the long ass beard, which is like that's the trouble with my
Yeah,
kind of beard.
that's a little bit easier to draw for
Yeah,
artists,
because
I
you
think,
can
than
literally
like
hide all of the lower face.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just hard to do beards on like
Yeah, tell me, sister.
male models. Yeah,
But I
I'm
love I love my
sorry.
beard, so I'm gonna keep it. But you know what? Speaking
Yeah,
of like
no.
male VTubers and like the difficulties of trying to get one sec, drop something. Okay, the difficulties of getting a good male design is there are two camps, right? Any male VTuber you see online, there are two camps they fall into. Either the hot husbando, like
Yeah.
supermodel, like Korean fucking pop star, where it's like
Yeah, like Vox, for example.
yeah,
Vox
like
Akuma.
they've got like a square jaw and they've got that butler face,
Yes.
and they've got the fucking giant pecs,
The unbuttoned shirt.
giant pecs peeking through when they're fucking ripped, or they're fucking an ugly bastard. They're like grotesque, inhuman. There's something weird. Like there's an orc VTuber I see sometimes who has like very
Yeah.
unique, but he's literally an orc. There's also like
Yeah.
femboys, which I don't count because they're basically just flat-chested female models.
It depends.
Nah.
I mean, look at Tay's. I mean, I would say Tay's model is
Tay
pretty
is gender
femboyish.
neutral, which is what he was going for.
Really?
Yeah, he was going for a gender neutral design because
Nah, I see. I think it's femboy.
you
I
put that
think.
motherfucker
I mean,
in a sundress, crapping them cheeks.
bro has a maid dress on. What do you want from me?
Exactly, yeah.
If that's not femboy, then what is?
But no, like male VTubers, it's so hard to find a good artist because they always fall under the same category of hot Asian dude pop star design. He's either super ripped or he's super slender and feminine. There is no in between.
That's why like one of my favorites like full body models is Shoto's. Cause like he has like he doesn't have the typical anime boy face, and like his model is more cozy. It doesn't go into the whole boyfriend experience kind of thing. Or Kenji, for example, also has like a very unique fit. Like his Not
Mm-hmm.
his little derp model. I mean his full-size model.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like male VTubers, they are more afraid to come out of that shell. Like even if I look around my friend, right? There is some of them who had like really unique models,
Yeah.
and like they redesigned and now they're just hot, you know? Like it's just it's just I don't know. A good example, for example, from one of my friends would be North Knowit, who's like he's a ram, celestial ram
Mm.
VTuber, and he's currently
Hot.
rebranding. He's currently rebranding, and he went from like as like soft looking, like ginger hair and blue and white color palette kind
Mm-hmm.
of model to a to a hot man, but he made it unique by giving him like prism strands, you know, that are like holographic, and like
Prison
his eyes
strands.
are hollow. Yeah, like a prism, you know, a
Oh, I thought you
prism,
said
like
prison.
no prism. Like it just looks unique while also still following like the stereotypical like male VTubers have to be hot kind of category, you know? But
Mm.
it still looks unique because he has like things on his model that makes it unique, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't
But
look
yeah,
like a
Shoto,
copy and paste of the fucking corporate male VTubers.
yeah. If I see one more person that has like the fucking unbuttoned shirt, like I get the appeal of it, but also I'm like,
How'd your tits go?
can like like I just want to see something more unique coming from male VTubers.
You know
I
what I
feel
want?
like there's probably a lot of like unique male VTubers that like kind of just swim in the pool of indies.
You know what it is, Eris? I think the problem is where it comes down to the origins of YouTubing. It's an anime problem because when you look at anime designs, guys are just there are two types of guys. There's generic Andy, who is just like no boob, straight
Yeah.
figure, or super ripped muscular man who's like maybe in his 40s and like has two kids, and he's like, oh, he's so hot, and he's so strong. I would, you know, when I look at American or like Western animation, the guys always look more unique and defined because you can tell they actually like study the human body more than just fucking like
Yeah.
continuing the same trend. That's why I like. I'm thinking of like getting fucking the Leon Kennedy treatment on my model. Honestly, just gonna be like this fucking built Chad, just to make it easier for myself. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think like dad bod VTuber would work nicely for you.
Like I'm fat. I'm fat, Eris.
No, that bod is not fat. How often do I have to tell you? They're still trained.
Okay,
They just
okay,
don't have visible six packs.
okay. Tell me, what's the dead bod? Describe a dead bod.
But for example, what like Leonardo DiCaprio was rocking during COVID. That's a dad bod.
You mean when he had
It's
a
like the
gut?
little tummy. No, he had like a little tummy. His muscles were still showing a little bit, but he had a little tummy. That's a dad bod.
When I
It
think of
doesn't have to be like fat beer belly dad bod. Like that's also a dad bod, but that's not what people mean when they say dad bods
dad
are
bod is
hot.
not
They
a
mean
type.
like
Dad bod is a state of mind. I too wish to be the kind of guy who goes out in a flannel shirt to the hardware store with my wife beater underneath, a little bit of grease on my knuckles, and all the women are like, "Damn, I wish he'd come and put some shelves up in my kitchen."
don't forget the sausage in a bun when you come out of the the hardware store
My 5
with the
liter big
ketchup,
gulp with the straw, extra
the
ice.
beer in the other hand.
Got a
No, but you
cigarette.
know what I mean, right? Like do you know Halson from Baldur's Gate? Like that build, but less muscles, less muscles, less
Baldur's
muscles.
Gate. Is that the guy who
Yeah,
turns into a
the
bear?
druid. Yeah.
He's fucking ripped. What you mean?
No, I mean that, but less muscle. I must send you a mod right
Oh,
now
so-
that shows exactly what I mean.
So basically, the average male physique in Baldur's Gate 3.
No, no. Oh my god, wait. I'm gonna send you the mod so you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
They honestly they missed out. If they would have given Halson that body, people would have loved him even more. They
Yeah.
already love him, right? But like this is what I mean. That would work out well
Am I
for
about
you.
to see the most goonish shit? Oh my god.
No, but do you see? That's a dad body. I think that would
He's a
work really
bear.
well and would make you really unique.
He's a bear. He's
I mean, he's hairy as.
Yeah, he is like, you know when you describe what a bear is in gay culture? That's how I imagine. His arms are huge. Look at him.
But do you mean what I mean with
I
like
kind of
dad
mean what
bod
you
physique?
mean. He's got a bit of a
And
gut.
I think that would work really well for you.
He's got
like
some nice boobs.
seriously. Plus, it would work well
put
with
a
your
picture of
lore
this
of
up on the
being like a
video.
dragon.
What do you mean that would look well with me?
Yeah, with you being a dragon, because dragons usually don't like are slim. They're also like very like fat and like
You ever seen the Dungeons and Dragons film?
Yes.
You know, remember the scene with the dragon, the huge chunky dragon? That's me. That's me when I come out of my fucking cave to get pizza.
You know what I mean now. I think that would work. First off, that would work really well with your beard.
Okay.
And your design being more medievalish inspired, because in medieval times, that kind of body meant you're wealthy, you know?
Listen, I don't want my character to represent me IRL. I want it to be attractive and slim.
It is attractive!
My God,
Female
she broke her
gaze.
mic.
That's
She broke her
literally
mic.
female gaze.
Women
You
only
don't
want
understand.
one thing, it's disgusting.
Listen, the people that made Leon S. Kennedy, right? They made him so perfectly female gaze, and I can't wait for the mods to fuck it up by giving him a full-on six-pack and not his regular dad bod kind of build. Because I really love the.
He's ripped.
No, there is 3D artists that gave Leon the same body that Halcyon has in that screenshot, and it fits him so perfectly. It fits him so perfectly, and that's like what I mean. That was pre Requiem, like just very bulky, very like a lot to touch. It's the same way men want big boobs; they want something to touch, wanting something to grab.
You want to grab on stomach?
Yeah, why not?
Come here, Papa Bear. Let me give you a hug.
I think that would work really well for your VTuber. I don't think I don't like slim guys that wear like full beards. They look a little silly.
Wow, you just hate me.
What
That's
the
why you
fuck?
made me a femboy in your design.
Bro, I just don't know how to draw guys. How often do I have to tell you? Now you're rage baiting me.
Artists, learn how to draw beards, please. I will pay you.
No, don't. So Midori
Do it.
doesn't get what he wants.
Do it.
No.
Alright, we should get close to wrapping up, because we're at like an hour and 20 in recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do final thoughts if you want. We can do like final advice and like things we've learned as VTubers.
Well, okay. Let me think.
I'll go ahead if you want.
I think, yeah.
I would say as a VTuber, my biggest things that I've learned is don't be afraid to mess up, because there are many times I've started stream muted, or I left my stream on a transition where it's like half the screen is smushed in. It's like my BRB screen for like a solid half an hour before I realized I have incorrectly displayed the wrong screen when playing a game, or no screen when I've been recording. And sometimes things break, like especially software and even your PC. Like you will just lose connection sometimes. It's okay to fail. A lot of what makes a good VTuber is research and implementation. Don't fall into the trap of doing what the big streamers do because they're successful. They're successful because they do things a certain way, and you can't copy success. You just have to cultivate it yourself. Those are my biggest points of advice.
And one thing I want to add to your advice real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow what the big VTubers do, then please remember that they only got famous because what they did once was a niche, that they were
pioneering.
Well, they were pioneering, yeah. Like, for example, Shy Lily, her whole voice thing was like a niche back then, and now everyone does the female VTuber voice, trying to replicate
I
her
am
voice.
super unique VTuber with accent because I am not English speaking. Yeah. Don't you want some cola and Fortnite? Yippee.
We're only criticizing those that actually change their voice, by the way. If you have an accent and a high voice, that's okay. You can still stream. But just be
Accents are hot.
genuine about it. Like, yeah, they are. I know.
Also, some
I
VTubers
love
don't
I
have a
love
voice.
Tiariku. Yeah,
Centrea
yeah,
literally is a synthetic voice. She's a text-to-speech icon.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or there's actually people who don't we are like just can't speak, you know? Who actually
Mm-hmm.
can speak and not just do it for privacy reason like Centrea does. But yeah, I think my final verdict is please take your time while designing your VTuber and consider your options of what kind of model you want carefully. Especially think about what kind of VTuber you want to be. Because there's just so many niche. There is gacha VTubers, there's boyfriend girlfriend experience VTubers, there's ASMR VTubers, there's loot-tubers, there's gaming VTubers, there's so much. There's esport VTubers like Doki Bird and stuff. It just find what you like to do and don't force yourself to be in a niche just because number one tip on YouTube is find a niche to get more famous. Please and
Follow
work
the
on your
hype
entertainment
trains.
streak. Follow the hype train. No.
Do what
They
everyone
actually
else does
they
all the
they
time.
no, they want you to do what no one else does, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
even if your hobby is art, they tell you don't do art, do I don't know, pottery instead, you know? Like but I don't want to do pottery. I want to do art. Like
I don't
don't
want to do
listen to
pottery, mom.
advices telling you to do something you don't want to do just because you have a niche then and it's way better. I think the whole niche thing is kind of like it's a bad and good advice at the same time.
It's a
Um
double-edged sword.
yeah, because of course it will help you more if you're like a unique person. Like for example, some VTuber in Germany that got really popular is Lumi, and she is a Australian that lives in Germany, and her streams are in German, but her German like she's slowly learning how to speak German with the streams, right? So that's a niche, right? There isn't a lot of VTubers that do something like that.
Enya is
Uh,
Japanese VTuber who has a very wide English-speaking audience. She just
Yeah,
learned.
Henya as well. Like Henya learned English because she was streaming in English,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or like she got better at it because of that.
And now she's a catchphrase icon. Dio.
Dayo. Bounce on it, Dayo. Crazy style, Dayo. Um find what you like. Do what you like. Don't listen to advices telling you to do things differently. Don't listen to advices telling you you're doing everything wrong. And
Do
most
you?
importantly, work not only like yes, the advice with oh your VTuber can be pretty but you can be boring. It's a good advice. But your first impression of a VTuber will always be the design. So
Mm-hmm.
make it cohesive at least. It doesn't have to be like the prettiest fucking woman in the world or like the most polished yet. You can do that over time. It just needs to be cohesive. There we go, coming back to color theory.
Have you ever seen Pumpkin Potion? She's a
No.
black and white VTuber who is heavily
Oh, yeah.
inspired by the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. And she even
Yeah.
has like the Pac-Man eyes, and her entire stream is in black and white.
Yep.
She's really cool. I like her design a lot.
Yeah, like that's something where people are like, oh wait, let me stop real quick.
There's also
You know,
like,
and same with like a VTuber that has like a really pretty color palette. I don't care how like let's say ugly the art is. Not ugly, but like how unappealing the art is. But if the design is cohesive, I stay. I'm like,
yeah,
wait a minute, that's kind of cool. But what will this person turn into once they can afford better resources? You know?
the pretty book cover brings them in. It's the words in the page that keeps them reading.
Yep.
Don't just be the big titty cow VTuber that likes to jump up and down. Actually have a personality that backs up why people want to watch you and support you.
Yep.
There were so many VTubers doing the same things that people will just move on and forget about you completely. So just focus on what you like. Focus on what makes you you. Like, if you're a train nerd, be a conductor and you blow that train whistle and, you know, make videos about
Love
playing
that
train sim.
train whistle. Yeah, my
There's a
brother,
guy.
for example.
Oh, yeah, the bus driver?
Yeah, his like whole brand is he's a dinosaur that drives a bus. Like that's his whole brand.
Every time I
And
see his streams.
surprisingly, it works really well. Like his content where he drives bus, he has like I would say like around 9 to 10 average viewers. Like that's really good. Also, if you have 9 to 10 viewers, you're already better than like
You're in the top 10%.
fucking yeah. So don't be demotivated if you have like only 9 viewers. You're still doing better than me.
The people who have 1,000+ viewers are in like the 0.01% of Twitch
Yeah.
streamers.
And like I think well, who was it? I think Ginger or someone talked about it how she could already make a living from just having 80 viewers.
Yeah.
She could already made a living with VTubing. I mean, of course, the sales don't come in from VTubing. It comes in from merchandise sales, advertisements. But guys, also, please look for good sponsorings. For example, games pay a lot per viewer. Like, for example, you get $13 out per hour stream per viewer.
That's
That
a
is
good
a
point,
lot of
Eris.
money in the end.
And you can talk about your sponsor that you have while I go for a quick piss. Yubby.
What the fuck? Yeah, I have a sponsor called Dubby. They're an energy drink company that makes like shaker energy drinks. He picked the worst fucking frame to leave. I can't with this man. Yeah, they're having over 20 different flavors, and we're gonna have a ref link down in the description, and you can use my code Erismafire for 10% off your order. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. But like, just spend your time researching what you want and how you want to do it and how to try to grab some sponsorings and stuff. There's so many things you can do surrounding your VTubing persona and so many great opportunities as well that you would otherwise miss out on. Yeah. He's like leaving so close to the end.
I'm
I
back. I'm back.
can't. Did you wash your hands?
Thank you so much for watching this podcast that we've made.
Ew!
Fuck off, okay? I don't want to hear that from you, Pete Girl.
Ew!
Listen, I wasn't wearing a
At least I
mocap
washed
suit.
my hands.
I wasn't wearing a mocap suit. No one saw it.
Ew!
I don't know why you called me out, put me on blast. Also, hashtag not sponsored. But if you want to sponsor this podcast and future episodes, hit us up on either our socials. We'd be interested. I like money.
I like money too.
I love money. I love money. I'm a slut for money.
Okay, maybe not that much.
Big brands, give me money.
Give me money.
Thank you so much for watching. It's been all over the place because we're still learning and we're still adapting because we've never done this before. You can follow us on our socials, our Blue Skies. We both have YouTube and Twitch accounts. They will be on screen at some point. And if you liked the video and you want to talk about what we talked about, leave us a comment. We'd be happy to hear from you. Or if you just hate our faces, you can just comment about Eris's outfit. Anyway, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you okay with finishing? Was there anything else you want to add?
Yeah. No.
Alright, I'm good with that. That went well, I think. That went well.
Yeah. I went.
I was literally
What
holding
the fuck, you bitch?
I was holding that piss in like for half an hour. Okay, I had to go.